know, the finest bit of wool on a sheep is on the navel. Believe it or not, not a lot of navel wool baled up these days, but it's the finest micron on the whole sheep. As we drop into the longbow now, the wool handlers have got to stretch around to make sure that they can just get all that little bit of frib wool, anything they can take off while it's on the board, Tuma. They certainly, it'll save them time down here on the table.
Certainly is, John. That's the difference between the long wool and the second shear. The long wool gets sorted on the table, and the second shear gets sorted at the board as it's getting shorn off the sheep.
Is this a new design here? Ronnie's got her table just a little bit ski-whiffed. She's not going to have it straight on. She's going to swing now. Have I left that in the right? Oh, lovely. How many points off that one? How many points off any of them?
Kieran Herbert would have to have the best throw. Emma Braddock is right there with her. Look at these wool handlers. Their fingers are working furiously. Come on, Emma Braddock, you're the young gun in here. Let's see you give it to these big guns. Around the top of the table they work, taking out the neck wool. Any discoloured wool needs to go out and put into a separate bin. These wool handlers, I think they might have about, I think they've still got 9 bins, John.
Oh, I can count 11 down here in the white.
Yes, it is, 11 bins.
So that just means that these wool handlers, because they've got 2 lines of wool, they just need a few extra baskets to make sure that there's no contamination across the lines.
That's right. I think there's 2 lots that they are allowed to combine. I think it is the wool from around the head, the top knot and the cheek wool. I think the long wool and the second shear can be combined there, and I think also the locks. You know, the second cuts and stuff. I think they can be combined as well, but that is all.
Second cuts on these top-class shearers. They've been performing for these wool handlers right throughout the competition. They've got it down to a fine art. But it's not all about the shearers. This is with the teamwork here. We talk about the teamwork all right through the shearing. We can't do without the wool handlers. The shearers might be at the top of the heap, but the wool handlers, they control the job. And here we go, Cherie. She's given the table a shake, got the wool all tidied up. The people will come along and that'll go out the back into the dungeon and be judged. Here comes, who's going to be, there goes a nice throw down on table number 4. Nothing underneath that one, Tuma, by the look of it.
Emma Braddock would have to have the better throw again. A little bit of bunching, not a lot though. But these fleeces, they're fairly challenging, John. We've been watching these wool handlers all through the morning. They're not really holding together that well, but these open competitors, they make them look like they're good, but really, you know, they are very fragile.
Oh, there's some top competition, eh? But there's some top photographers down here too. I just see a very experienced wool handler, young Joe, up here with the camera, taking a shot. She's doing a marvellous job of keeping all these people informed of what's happening going on. And here we go. A little bit of more rolling to do. Cherie looks to be out in front for me at this stage at the far end here. Early stages. This is the last of the long wool sheep to come onto the board. They're up there getting that bit of frib wool around the back of the head, between the ears. All that very short stuff that won't hold the colour. Back to the table they come. Here comes Ronnie. Doing pretty good, nice job. First to get the wool in the bin, closely followed by Kieran down your end. Clean off the table a little bit there and back to the board, because over the shoulder the shearers are come. The wool handlers now need to shift that fleece around to get it square on for themselves as they prepare to get that nice little flick out throw. And who's going to be doing the best job? You're pretty sharp down there. Kieran's right on the job underneath you, Tuma.
Kieran is on the job. Okay, this is the last one, and you'll start the 15-second countdown. Here we go, Johnny McBride. 15 seconds starts 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, that's gone. We're gone to 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 seconds are gone.
Okay, shearers.
Shearers come out onto the board.
Oh, did Kieran just drop her broom, Johnny? I think I just seen that.
Well, of course, that's a no-no in the shed. That gives probably a very costly exercise in the shearing shed if the Rousey drops the broom, or the wool handler drops the broom these days. Hey, shake and rattle and roll here. We're on to second shear sheep. We need to get a bit of space on the floor. Ronnie's down there tidying up. Needs to, Emariah's got her space as well. It'll drop straight onto the floor here underneath the shearer. And then they'll pick away as they go. No time to get back to the board, to the fleece at the moment that's still on the tables, on tables 3 and 4. You need to get the whip cracking on those girls down the bottom end there, Tuma.
Well, I don't think that they know that Shearing and Ronnie have already rolled their fleeces up, so they're probably about 40 seconds in front. Here we go, long blow time for these shearers. That gives these wool handlers a bit of time to rush back to their fleece. Karen Herbert turns around, looks at her shearer. She's thinking to herself, what's this fella up to? He's going too fast. Down the last side, work these shearers, the wool handlers. Look at that Cherie down there on table number 1. She's got the bit between her teeth, Johnny.
Yeah, well, she knows that 30 seconds after that shearer finishes the job, the points start going on, and we can't afford that in this game. This is high-quality wool handling here. First sheep going out the portal on the second shear sheep. Who's got it tidy? Looks like 1 and 2 pretty handy at the moment. Mariah's got a bit of work to do. Back to the table now for Karen. Working around the top of that fleece, the neck wool, a little bit cotty perhaps. She just needs to get through it and get it rolled up and get that table clear. But tables 1 and 2 are still firing. Cherie back up to the board. Belly wool coming off. Sorts it through. Brisket. Sometimes you can get 3 lots of wool out of the belly, but mostly only 2. Is that real dingy stuff on the brisket got to come out. That's the sleeping pad for the sheep, closest to the ground. Now it's the tail wool. Under the undermine coming off for Ronnie now. She got the top knot as well. Just a quick flick. She knew where the basket was. Didn't have to turn her head at all. Cherie reaches round. A little bit of eye clip there she missed, perhaps, as it just starts. If you want to get it before it hits the ground. Leaning over there now, getting a bit of that front wool off the front leg. You can do that in second shear because it just rolls out for you and it doesn't hold together on the fleece. As the shearer's turn for home, there's still a fleece on the table down your end, Tuma. What's going on?
Is Emma Braddock. She's right there with her shearer. She doesn't want to leave him alone because, you know, if the wool handler gets a little wee bit behind from the shearer, she could be hell to pay. So she's very, very mindful of that. She's just going to try and get that fleece when she can because at the moment there's sock wool, there's a bit of short crutch wool coming off from that shearer. So there's probably 3 lines of wool that she'll need to sort out when she gets back there. But looking underneath the tables 1 and 2, clear underneath, Johnny. These tables on 3 and 4, they still got a bit of work to do.
Well, it's not cost them any time points at the moment. That's one thing about it. There's still a little bit of time, but they're on their last second shear sheet now, the shearers. So they need to get onto the broom. You can see it. They're really conscious of that. We need to get that area all tidied up so we can concentrate on the second shear fleece and give it a nice blend before we raise the hand at the end of the job. There's the belly wool sorted out for Ronnie Goss from Kimbolton on table number 2. Got the crutch wool. Everything. These sheep have been well presented by the farmers. And here the top knot coming off. A little bit of seed in there. I'll put it in my pocket. No, I won't. I've got a basket over there for it. Cherie misses a little bit. Her basket's getting quite full of top knots now, so she's got to go back and just compound it a little bit. As the shearers drop into the long blow. Back to the table for Karen. She wants to get it out of the road and get the broom slashing down there and get it all nice and tidy. Mariah Braddock, she's back to the floor here now. She's got a little bit of time, but cheek wool coming off for her, and she's got to get back before it gets contaminated in that main line. Oh, you want as much wool on the main line as possible, Tuma. That's where the dollars come from.
It sure is. This is the 6th and final sheep, so once the shearers pull the cord, 30 seconds to tidy up. 30 seconds is not a long time. These wool handlers, they probably couldn't even cook a feed in 30 seconds. Here we go. Time starts now. 30 seconds. And down here on table number 4, we got the shakedown. Shakedown, Johnny, is what they need to do. They need to blend every single fleece into each other. We want that wool to look like candy floss. Make it look like it's good enough to eat. Here we go. Look at this young girl on table 3, Emma. She's got the jumps going on.
Looking good up here on the front, though, by crikey. Oh, we got twins up here. Simultaneously, done in about 15 odd seconds, I think, Tuma, maybe 20.
Time down here on table number 4 for Karen. Emma looking around, happy. Yes, she is.
She fluffed up the wool that much. It's still coming down through the air. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That was the circuit final for the North Island. Well done, ladies. Next on the card, we have the Cooper's YFC Blue Ribbon event. This is a final, straight out One shot that does the lot. But a little bit of time will elapse now while we tidy up down here in front. The wool tables will have to go away. Thank you, shearers, for your participation in the wool handling here this morning. So we'll just enjoy a little bit of music while our wool handling staff complete the clean-up job here. Thank you.